What's up, y'all? This is Ty. It's time for me to review Big Rich Town. Cause I just come from the poorest part. No, I don't come from the poorest part. You have to speak things into existence. It's just a song. I don't come from the poorest part. I'm from a big rich town. Let me stop bugging. Let me stop bugging and playing around. And before I get deep into this, let me shout out my boy Atif, who told me that he doesn't watch Power. You need to get on to it. But he watches my reviews and he loves my reviews of the show. Hopefully, this will convince you to watch the show, because I'm telling you, the show is really good. And y'all like my hat? My son did this. My kids hooked me up today. My 4-year-old son put my hat on my head like this. And my daughter put these on me. You see them? So that's why I'm wearing it. Yeah. All right. Anyway, back to the review. Tonight's episode is episode 3. This is season 5. This is episode 3. And the episode is titled, Are We on the Same Team? And it was a really good episode. Let's jump right into it. Let's go and talk about the St. Patrick family, Tasha and Ghost. They are at odds, clearly. They were at odds before, but now this really takes the cake. They're fighting over how to grieve. You know, she wants to go and sit down with the other parents who's lost their child and express herself that way. We know what Ghost want to do. He wants to, I was gonna say bust a cat, but he been shanking dudes, so he's a vigilante now. He's just taking his anger out that way, as we saw in last week's episode when he stabbed that alcoholic to death. And the alcoholic was the one who killed one of the killed a child in a car accident, and Ghost and Tasha met the parents at the meeting. But Ghost wasn't feeling that meeting. So Ghost was not at this particular meeting in this episode. He was not at the meeting. Tasha was there herself. And that's when she found out from those parents that the alcoholic was murdered. And it upset her. And she heard them say, well, he was murdered. We thought we would feel better, but we don't. And now the husband is a suspect because they think the husband did it because he was stabbed up in the alley. You know, he's dead and we don't feel better. So Tasha confronts Ghost about this. And he's like, he was alcoholic, he killed a child, he deserved to die. And she's like, you can't be no vigilante. You can't be out here. What are you doing? And she says to him, you can she said something like, you can kill 100 men, but you can put 100 men in the ground, but that still won't bring Raina back. I was like, she preached right there. And that still won't stop the pain. So I was like, kudos to the writers. Kudos to the writer. That was deep. I like that. What else? I wanted to touch on that. And so I like this. I like this struggle. I like how realistic that is, the struggle these two are having. And, you know, and then he's trying to do this fundraiser and honor his daughter in her name in that way. And it's just crazy. And then Tasha said to him, she said, what you need to do, if you want to kill somebody, why don't you kill Kanan? Because this is all his fault anyway. Why don't you go kill him? And y'all, did y'all see the tension between Kanan and Tasha tonight? Did y'all see that? Did you see the way he grabbed her by the arm? I thought he was going to do something to her. I thought he was going to do something to her. That was crazy. And is it just me? Do these two have a past? Because I sense, sometimes I go too far, but I sensed a little bit of tension, a little bit of sexual tension or something going on. There's going to be more to that story. You watch, there's more. But I like when Tasha said to him, you hurt me, then you better make sure that you kill me. Tasha ain't playing because she's not feeling this team of Tommy, Ghost, and Kanan. She's not feeling that at all. She's not liking that. She don't want no parts of that. She don't like them together. Moving right along, let's move on to Angela, aka the homewrecker, aka I'm gonna call it a crooked cop because she's obstructing justice. You tampering with evidence. You're sleeping with criminals. You're breaking up homes. I have a suggestion for Angela. Angela, I think you should step down from law enforcement. You're not good at this. You're crooked. You sleep around too much. You're doing too much. I think you should step down, go work in Truth Bar, go work for Ghost. Y'all get together and that's that. You know, that's it. But you don't need to be in law enforcement because you can't keep your legs closed. We see her tonight. This new guy, you're already in the bed with him. When do you learn? You were sleeping with another colleague. He's dead. You're sleeping with a criminal that the team is after. Now you jump into bed with this new dude that just gets in the building? Come on, Angela. You might be being set up because your team don't really trust you anyway. What are you doing? What are you doing? I know you're going after the Jimenez cartel, but must you sleep around? Must you, and I'm not being sexist or biased because the same thing goes for Ghost. You need to keep your legs closed too. You come on. You really do. Like we saw tonight where Ghost and the politician are trying to raise money for these building fund and all that, and they had this woman named Linda, wealthy woman who they thought was going to contribute money. And y'all remember Linda, y'all recognize Linda. That's Fancy. Gabrielle, whatever her name was from Jamie Foxx show. We call her Fancy. You know we call you by the character you're most famous for. So Fancy was on Power tonight. And so they couldn't convince her to donate or invest in this project. So Ghost decides to take her out to dinner, try again. I knew he was going to tap that. Ghost is laying pipe. Ghost done laid it and bust Fancy down. He done tapped Fancy. Did all that pipe laying it down. And what happened? Fancy still ain't donate. She still ain't give no money. So the politician played by Lorenz Tate was like, see, this is my world. Let me handle it my way. You over here laying pipe and ain't get us nowhere. So yeah, Angela, you keep your legs closed. Ghost, you keep your legs closed. And all throughout the episode, he's calling Angela. I don't know. Those two, they're both getting on my nerves with that. But Angela, what are you doing? What are you just sleeping around? Ghost, what are you doing? What are you calling her for? When y'all going? Maybe when the show ends, they'll get together. At the end, they'll run a club together. Maybe that's what's going. That's what's going to happen. Angela, what are you doing? These detectives are closing in on you. They're figuring out that there's a connection between you, Ray, Raina, Tariq, and what you do. You run into Tasha, and you're tampering with evidence. You're deleting stuff. Now you're sending your people to shut this detective down and stop her investigation. You are going to be found out. So I suggest to you again, step down, go run a club or something. Because to me, you're a crooked cop. Go. Get out of here. Get off the force. Get out of law enforcement. Please get out of it. You're crooked. Out. Moving right along. Let's move on to Tommy and his daddy Teresi. Was that not crazy? So is Teresi truly a snitch? Is he a snitch? Because we see where he's working with the feds and all of this. And I guess to get his sentence shortened so he could see his dying wife, he is going to rat out Tommy or implicate Tommy in something. But what I do like is that Tommy doesn't trust him that much. They didn't make Tommy stupid because we see Tommy go to Keisha's house and he tried to get something too, but that failed. He goes to Keisha's house and he tells her, what do I think of this? This guy was never in my life. He pops back up in my life. He had life in prison for not snitching. All of a sudden, he getting out so quickly. Something ain't right. And Tommy, I know your heart, you're starting to feel your daddy's around. Trust your guts, man. Something is not right. But those writers are crazy because I'm telling you, this show always had me like, wow. So I'm like, what's going to happen next? I know they're going to twist it up again, but I didn't see that coming. Because Teresi seemed like someone that was like loyal and this, that, and the third. And now he might be a snitch. He's pretty much, no, he ain't, he's a snitch. It's crazy. Let's see. What else do we need to talk about? Let's talk about Dre. Dre, my brother, you'll be dead soon. I'll be surprised if you survive this season. You'll be dead soon. Because you're in over your head. I don't think Diego cares for you that much. And, this whole thing about Arturo taking credit for killing Lorenzo. Y'all, this is crazy. And so they had, what's his name? Then they had Diego saying, well, let's go kill these guys to make sure. And so they had to do all that. That was crazy. Dre, you're in over your head. Your people are not feeling you. They're upset that you let Arturo take the credit for killing Lorenzo. And Kanan was watching the whole time, which is crazy. And Kanan has now infiltrated and got in the head of your people, your boys, the boys that actually did do the killing. So you're about to be double crossed. You're about to be double crossed, and you deserve it because you're a snake. So I can't wait to see who's going to hurt you, when they're going to get you. But it's going to be a mess. And that Diego dude is crazy, 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 crazy. All right. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Man, let's talk about Kanan robbing Cristobal. This show just always, so he's got money. And we see Kanan going to who? Going to Tommy to give him money to be in business with Tommy. And what else did we see? Because Ghost did not get the money from Linda, who I've been calling Fancy. He didn't get the money from Linda, and he needs to get this money to invest. He's getting back in cahoots again with Tommy with some dirty stuff. So this is going to be tricky because Ghost doesn't know that Tommy and Kanan are getting back in business, and Ghost is getting back in business with Tommy so that he can get this money for this building. So it's like he just can't get out. He just keeps getting pulled back in, and it's just absolutely crazy. I can't wait. There's so many twists and turns in the show. That's what I love about the show. So many twists and turns in the show that it's crazy. Okay, so let's end it with Tariq and Tasha. Earlier in the episode, we see a detective come over, and he has some new evidence and some more questions he wanted to discuss with Tariq. And Tariq flat out lies and says that he was not there. He did not see what happened to Raina. At the end of the episode, he comes clean and he talks to Tasha, his mother, in the car as she's taking him off to boarding school or wherever she's taking him. And that was a great scene because she was told by Keisha that, you got to start telling the truth to your child if you want to know why he's lying. You've been lying to him the whole time. So she told him a little truth about her and Ghost, and then he confessed about everything, about how he was trying to handle it himself, how he watched Raina die, and I thought that was a very, very, very powerful scene. It was really good. Tonight's episode was really, really good, and I loved the way they did that, and that's why I wanted to end on that, because I thought the acting between the two of them in the car was really good, really deep. And just how he told the truth to his mother. I didn't hate Tariq so much like I did last season, just for him telling the truth. But I still think he needs a whooping. But anyway, the way they played that scene out was just great. It was powerful. And I cannot wait. I say this in every review. I cannot wait until next week to see what's going to happen. The show is great. That's it. If I left anything out, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Make sure everybody's watching the show. That's it. I gotta go. Gotta get up and go. Gotta get up and go to work in the morning. You know how that is. All right. Be blessed, y'all. I'm out.